So if you're a new coach just starting out and you're really nervous about doing it, stick around. We'll work through those nerves together. Hey guys, welcome to the channel. DJ Montalbano here, Coach DJ. So I wanted to spend some time today talking about uh, being a new coach. Welcome to everyone. If you're new here, um, I'd ask you to consider subscribing to our channel as we walk through some great topics for coaches in the youth soccer space. I'm so glad that you're here. I wanted to spend some time today talking about feeling nervous if you're a new coach. So first of all, thank you in advance for signing up, right? So if you're a new coach, you probably were um, volunteering as a coach in your local community, be it a local recreational soccer league, or even if you've been asked to coach at the travel level because your teams in your community may have a need. So that is a huge responsibility, and we all recognize that it does take a lot of work, and it takes a lot of effort and energy. And personally, in my experience, I've learned that the more effort and energy that I put into it, the more the players seem to get out of it. And frankly, the families of those players and the community around our team seems to get more out of it too. So it really is important to recognize the effort and the intensity that you bring to the team, bring to the players, and your effort to make things go smoothly and organized for your team makes a big difference. But when you're first starting out, it can be kind of daunting, and you feel a lot of nerves and concern for am I okay to do this? Am I good enough to do this? I'm not a super huge soccer guy or woman. I'm feeling that I may not be the best fit for this job. But relax is my message. Take some time to really understand that the players on the team, if you're coaching a youth team, they're just happy to be playing soccer, right? And the families are happy that their players, their young people are in a sport where they can learn so many different life skills, and it's important to recognize that it's really not as much about the soccer sometimes as it is about setting that framework. So there are two things that I generally focus on first when I'm approaching a new team, and it's really important to, number one, make sure that you're developing relationships and that you're developing the framework that the team will operate within. So when it comes to relationships, it's important to really learn about your players and what they need, and if it's apparent what they need, sometimes you can pick up on that. But really get to know your players. Spend time making sure you're understanding what they need, what they're about, where they're from in a sense, and really learn their names, learn about them, learn. I always start a session, asking, what happened today in school? Is everybody, did everybody have a good day? And, that kind of thing. But learn their names, learn their parents' and guardians' names, the people that are bringing them to the practices. Usually you get a few minutes to spend some time with them, but really develop those relationships, because it makes a huge difference when it comes to being organized for the team. And then lastly, I would say to make sure you're maintaining your consistency in your voice and the way that you communicate to the team. It's very important to maintain and stick to your own voice and the way that you communicate. Changing styles frequently, being fast and slow and driving too much information or not enough information, changing that up, it sometimes can throw people. So especially when you're talking to the players on the field, it's very important that you're maintaining consistent presence. They understand what they're going to get, when you call them in, when you're speaking to them, they know your voice, they know your tone, they know when you're in coaching mode. And the second thing is really making sure that you're developing that team framework. So establishing your team norms right up front is very important, and explaining what it is that we're about as a team, your coaching style and your philosophy is very important to bring out very quickly and maintain that along the way. And the youth players are particularly sensitive to this. And when you're coaching a very young team, I'm talking 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds, 7-year-olds, having a huddle and talking about that may be a little difficult to get that message across. So it's not always important to explain, this is what I expect, and this is who I am, and this is what I'm about, and what's so important here. Those types of age groups will not respond to that as effectively as perhaps some of the older, kids who have some more experience playing soccer. So, the whole teamwork, the whole team framework kind of thing is something that may need to be accumulated over time with your expectations. But being direct and setting those expectations up front is very important. So, I'll start with that. But, the important thing to remember is, when it comes to being nervous playing soccer, coaching soccer, it's not always about the soccer, right? So rest assured that you have the skills to communicate what it is that you expect, and you have the skills to communicate what we're going to be doing today. And sometimes, as a youth soccer coach, it's more important to get them started, right? So just play soccer, and it's important to set the boundaries of the activity you're going to do, and set the framework for how long you might be doing it and what you might be doing next. And setting those expectations and maintaining the pace of setting expectations and delivering on what you say is really the most important thing. So set up some cones, set up some PUG goals, set up some framework for players to play, and begin. Right, so start with simple, scrimmage type thing. Get them going, get them playing, kicking the ball, touching the ball lots of times, and then you can work from there. Right. So the other, main aspect of just getting them started is you'll develop that level of confidence to, maintain a practice session. And maintain, the control of the group throughout your session the more you do it. So, well, I hope that helps, and thanks for watching today, and we'll see you next time.